haven't done what you told us in terms of putting the background back here.
Step by step. Well, in the software, I noticed there are some options where you can, have a default screen. There's like 6 or 8 things. On my toolbox, it was as beta, so I
Mm.
didn't worry about it. But you can have like a beach or some stuff like that.
I'll have to check it out. I wonder if it's, anything good. Is
Yeah.
it a beach or does it look like,
How cheesy does it look?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I experimented with some others like free green screens or something, and they look bad.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
they just look
that's
bad.
the thing. I mean, you got to have money like the NFL channel to really, really work a green screen. You got to go, you either just have to have a sign or, put your book up, something simple. But if you don't spend a lot of money and you're trying to do a green screen,
Well,
well,
yeah,
yeah.
green screen. I agree with that. What I've seen a few people do is the white background. They
Hmm.
just have white wall, and they just shoot like the super most high intense lights at it, so it's really sharp. When you just flood it with light, any imperfections are just drowned out. And on a screen, it looks like infinity. It looks like you're in a cloud. So, but I haven't tried it, but I've watched a few instructional videos on how to do it. And actually, we're going to Huntington Beach tomorrow to give a video marketing success secrets workshop.
Oh, cool. What organization are
Yeah.
you giving it to?
It's the American Business Women's Association.
Okay, cool. That's very.
And yeah, so they're all professional business women. It's a little bit smaller, maybe 30 people, but they're really a tight knit group. I think that we've got 5 people, from a group of 30. That's a huge number, right?
Yeah.
Um, and the host has her own facility. You know what? You might want to tap into her. I'll give you an introduction to Georgette. She calls it the Girl Cave.
Wow, I've never heard of Girl Cave. That sounds
Yeah.
kind of groovy, though.
Yeah, and it's just like she's got little marketing, and it's just it's a room that's a little nicer than just a sparse room, and she rents it out for professional mixers and private parties, and relatively basic business concept, but I think she's doing fairly well. I mean, she's only started a relatively short time, and she's you know doing okay so far.
Hmm.
What is a little bit challenging for her is that daytime she kind of has excess capacity, because everybody's at work or whatever. So I'm trying to tap into this for more workshops. So I mean, it could be the same for you
Hmm.
if you want to tap into a different geography or something.
Sounds good. We'll look into it. All right, we are going to start in just a few minutes. I am fishing strawberries from the bottom of my water cup here.
The strawberries aren't going to fit through the straw.
Yeah, they're not. I just figured that out.
And you know what? I don't know if it's like, are we just lucky or is it because people haven't tapped in yet? It seems we have a stronger connection this time.
I know. I don't know.
Maybe we're just lucky. I don't know.
Hey, we just accept whatever the Google gods give us.
I was reading an article that's what's going to kill the whole cloud idea, everything in the cloud. But then as soon as you put everything in the cloud, everyone tries to access everything simultaneously, and now nobody can access it, so it's too slow.
Nobody can get
So,
it.
you know,
All right. Well, it's officially 6 p.m. And if you are watching, I'm your host, Dr. Letitia Wright. We are here with Mark Mikelat. He's going to teach us how to be a Twitter rock star. And really, you may not want to be a rock star, but many of you are having trouble fixing your Twitter account. You don't really understand what makes people follow you. You can't really figure out how to get them to follow you. You don't really even understand. I've sat with clients several times to explain to them what's a retweet, what's the difference between favoriting and retweeting, how do we really contact people, how has Twitter changed? And I can just say if you're not growing your Twitter followers every day, I'm up to 53,000, you don't know how it works. And understanding how Twitter works will help you grow it. Mark has a way of teaching you that you can get it. You don't have to be super tech savvy, but you do have to listen and you do have to follow instructions. So on this webinar, I want you to take notes. I want you to get that pencil and get that paper. And you can do it by hand, you can do it online, of course, taking notes. But, you know, when you write, it sticks in your mind better, especially if you use cursive. So here's the thing that we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to be learning how to be a Twitter rock star. If you have questions, all of our questions go to our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group that's called Instant Star Maker Facebook group. That's right, it's called Instant Star Maker Facebook group. And if you are not a part of that group, you can ask to be a part of that group. We will let you in. We will let you join. The whole point is that we ask the questions inside the group. You can also network inside the group. We can also connect on Twitter inside the group. And so that's where we put our questions. So if you're watching tonight and that's where you want to see all of your questions, you want to write them in there, you want to network, you want to type, tonight's the night. Tonight's the night to do it. Our group is called Instant Star Maker, not because I'm focused on making you a star. Our premise is that we have to understand how media and social media work so that we can spread our message faster. If you're able to use media and social media well, you can move your message along faster. So you can walk your message across the country, you can bike it across the country, you can drive in a car across the country, you can fly across the country in a jet. How fast can you get your message across the country depends on the vehicle you're using. Media and social media are the fastest vehicles we have available to us. So as a small business owner, you can spread your message around the country. Now, a lot of people say, oh, I'm a small business owner, I don't want to be national. But what you're missing out on is you're missing out on the social proof of being a national known name. Even if you can only sell your donuts in your town, being a national known name will bring you more business. So being a rock star, Twitter rock star, is not so people can bow down before you. Being an instant star is not about people bowing down before. It's about your message. I started this because I saw people frustrated with the inability to get their message out there. So not only am I coming to you to bring this to you, I'm bringing you the best of the best. Mark taught on YouTube and everybody was raving. We still have that. Maybe I'll put it up as a replay. But I'm going to tell you, you're sitting in front of someone who can make it understandable for you and make it work for you. If you miss out, you're going to be behind the 8 ball, and you're going to be behind the 8 ball with your business. We all want to grow our businesses. I mean, seriously, we all want to grow our businesses, but we don't want to be sitting there, trying to figure this out. Now, Lauren just checked in. She's got a family emergency. Lauren Wellington, she's been doing a lot of things in the media lately, been doing really well. She asked if there will be a replay. Yes, there will be a replay later, and you can get the replay later, but here's the thing. Mark's here now to answer your questions, and that's the big thing. So, Lauren, I hope your family's well. Everything's going on. We have our, your prayers are, let me start over. Our prayers are with you. We care about what's going on with you, but the rest of you, you need to buckle up, and you need to hold on. So here's what we're going to do. Of course, you can put hashtag Mark Mikelat, hashtag Dr. Wright. You can put those hashtags in there, but we have a special giveaway. Mark is actually going to give away his book called 50 Tips to Effective Networking. And we're going to give it to the person who is using our tonight's hashtag, which is tonight's hashtag is Twitter Rockstar, and then put an M there, a capital M, so that I know that you're talking about Mark. Okay, Twitter Rockstar M. pound Twitter Rockstar M. You've got to put that in your Facebook feed. You've got to put that in your Twitter feed, in your Instagram feed, whatever you want to do. You need to put it out there, and we're going to do a random giveaway so you can be a part of that. So with no more ado, and I will remind you during the breaks, if you're listening, get into the Instant Star Maker group. Instant Star Maker group. And if you guys are already in the group and you're ready to start, go ahead and post, I'm ready to start. Okay, so I'm saying, are you here? Go ahead and post that you're ready to start. If you're ready to start, then we're going to start. So let me introduce you to Mark Mikelat. He's been a great friend and a great teacher because he has such in-depth knowledge. And I guarantee you, I'm only bringing you the best. He's going to introduce himself, but trust me, I'm bringing you the best of the best. So thank you, Mark, for hanging out with us, and the floor is all yours.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Wright. I am so excited. Yeah, and you know what? If you're new to Dr. Wright, if you're just learning who she is, I mean, hang out with her, learn from her. She is a class act, and she knows her stuff. And you know what? Buckle up because we are going to go a gajillion miles per hour. And you know what? I set an expectation. You are not going to remember everything because I'm going to put so much information out there and it's going to come out so fast and it's going to be so quick. It's like, I can't write fat notes fast enough. And you know, that's okay. I want smoke to come out of that pen as it touching that paper. I want flames to come out of your keyboard when you're typing, whatever. Because you know what? I'm going to give you so many nuggets of gold that even if you just remember some of them or just one of them, it can really propel your business. So that's how I'm bringing this to you. And that is Rockstar.
Well,
That is a rock star.
yes, I'll tell you. Let me just tell you who's in the room that said they're ready. Siobhan
Okay.
Goodwin said she's ready. Hi, Siobhan. Caldwell Miller says she's ready. Taya Bell, her tag is Taya Bell. It works. She's ready. I think I also saw Dr. Sunday might be in the room. I think she's here. She's ready. So they are responding. They're ready. Get your notes and okay, go. Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's great, man. I appreciate all the excitement. Woo. And you know what? Get your friends, get your enemies. You know what? It's just like go run, get your neighbors, like get them on this call. Anybody who needs to grow their business, because you know what? If you aren't tapping into this stuff, oh my gosh, you're crazy. I'm just gonna come over to your house and just slap you. You know, you got to get to work because there's no excuse now because we're bringing it to you, man. We're gonna give you some really high value information. And remember the name of what we're talking about, how to be a Twitter rock star. This is not Twitter 101. I want you to bring the rock star attitude. That's what's really going to make you propel. That's what's really going to help you. And you know what? Think about it. What is a rock star? A rock star gets on stage and they move you. They want you to sing. They want you to dance. They want to get inside your spirit. They want to get inside your soul. They want to get inside your heart. They want to tap into those emotions. If they get on stage and they say, buy my CD, buy my CD, buy my CD, there is nothing rock star about that experience. They are not a rock star. They are just being irritating. Okay? And any of you can be irritating. That doesn't take any work. But you need to be a rock star. And why do you need to be a rock star? Because rock stars have fans. And oh my gosh, fans are freaking insane. They are just crazy. But you know what? Fans are a good crazy. And you know, can anybody here? I'll just give you a second to pipe in on Instant Star Maker. Can you think of any companies or any brands that have fans? What companies can you think of that have lots of fans?
Well, are you talking about like clothing companies
Oh, anybody.
or Anybody that has fans? Okay, so everybody put in there what company has fans, like fans that are love them, raving about them. It takes a couple of minutes to get it, into the instant Facebook group. But if you're watching and you're not on Instant Star Maker group in Facebook, that's where we can see your comments. So
Yeah,
go
add
ahead
those
and tell us
comments.
about the people. Siobhan, let's see. Oh, we've got people saying pound Twitter Rockstar M. Thank you, Tim.
Ah, they're getting the hashtag ready. Woohoo! There you go.
Hashtag
That's
CC
good. That's
Caldwell
good.
got the hashtag in there.
It's
So
all
they
about the
are.
hashtag. Yeah.
So CC Caldwell Miller says Nike, Apple, and Old Navy. What do you think about that, Mark?
Oh, you know what? Apple. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a great example. Because the word fan is from fanatic. People are crazy. And you know what? If you don't believe me, watch the news the night before a new iPhone is released. And oh my gosh, what do you see? People sleeping on the sidewalk, people making themselves homeless for a day so they can buy the phone, oh, I don't know, a week before you and I can buy it, right? That's fanatical. It's crazy, but it's a good crazy. Because it's like, I'm not saying this is anything negative about this. People have a good experience with Apple products, right? They're emotionally attached to Apple products. They are fans of Apple products. That's Rockstar. Rock stars have fans. And without fans, you are not a rock star. And you know what? Fans are price insensitive. Fans do not say, "Oh, give me a deal, give me 20% off," And we all have these people that like try to like get every little nickel and dime of us, right? It's just like, "Oh, give me a super duper deal." And let me give you a strategy to deal with these people who are constantly looking for the bargains. Here's what you do. You refer them to your competition. Because if you are constantly and consistently putting your stuff on sale, if people are always asking for discounts, you are not a rock star. Because what happens when rock star tickets go on sale? What happens to concert tickets? They go up, right? The concert sells out, and then you have to buy the tickets from a scalper. That's Rockstar because people don't care about the price. And it's not even in the product, it's the experience. Because let me tell you, nobody cares, and this is going to be painful for a lot of you, nobody cares about what you're selling. Your customers, your clients care about what's number one for them, and it's themselves. So when you sell your product, when you sell your service, you don't sell your product, you sell how it helps them. You sell how it benefits them. You sell how it makes them feel. That's rock star. Because if a rock star gets on stage and they say, "Oh, buy my product, buy my product, buy my product," right? They don't have fans anymore, and the fans leave. Now, I've used the term fan again and again and again. That's technically incorrect for Twitter because on Twitter you have followers. But I want you to think of them as fans because fans are emotionally invested. And my friend Naomi, she called me 3 years ago and she said, "Mark, I have tickets to the U2 concert to the 28th row. Do you want to go?" Now, I'm a huge U2 fan. I love U2. So, you know what I said? I said yes. But that's what a fan says. Someone who is not a fan says, "How much does it cost? When is it?" See, fan doesn't care. Fan says, "Yeah, I want to go to the concert." And the fan will change everything and they will figure out a way. So if people are fighting to pay for your products, you have fans. It happened to me this last weekend. A client came on board for my business mentoring program, and she had a little technical difficulty with the invoice, and she fought to pay the invoice. That's a fan. That's a good thing. Those are the problems you want to have. And that's how rock stars have their problems. Their fans are emotionally invested in them. You constantly and consistently need to think about your fans, never about you. If your sales messaging starts, oh, I've been in business for 10 years, no, forget it. You need to stop and you need to rethink about your messaging because that's not fan based. Everything needs to be about your fans. And when you put it on Twitter, here's what happens, folks. Your fans can promote you to other people. That's the power of Twitter. Your fan can literally click a click of a button and propagate your message to tens of thousands of people all over the world. Now, suppose Dr. Wright likes your message. She can go click and send you to, did you hear what she said? 50,000 people. That's pretty good, right? With the click of a button all over the world. But you know what? It will only happen if it's fan worthy. She respects her fan base and she knows the power of it. So she's not going to promote you. She's not going to support you if you don't have quality stuff to say. So that's the attitude that I need you to bring. Always, always think about your fans. That's the overall arching strategy. Now let's break it down. Let's start a little bit about the basics of Twitter to get you up to speed, to make sure we're talking about the same stuff. And then we'll bring it together and show you how you can use it to really, really build your business.
Okay, so before he starts giving you the basics of Twitter, I want to make sure you're following along. We've got our hashtag, pound Twitter Rockstar M. Pound Twitter Rockstar M. I'm going to take one of those people that are giving the pound Twitter Rockstar M, and we're giving them Mark's book, 50 Ways to Effectively Network. This is your ebook. You're going to get this. You're going to be able to work it, and it's going to go with what he's teaching you today with Twitter. So first of all, I want that. Second of all, Terry Campbell, I see you out there. Thank you for putting pound Twitter Rockstar M. If you're watching and you're not in our Facebook group, the Facebook group is called Instant Star Maker Group. It's a group, and so you can ask to be a part of the group. We will let you in. All of the questions that you guys have, please place them in the Facebook group. I will make sure Mark sees them, and he will address them at the proper time. But keep all your notes. We're rocking and rolling. And, you know, just keep putting it out there. And, you know, you can invite your friends to this webinar. He said invite your enemies. I thought that was pretty funny. Invite your enemies. But, hey, some people have that strategy, so go for that, too. I'm loving seeing everybody there, especially since we haven't done anything in a while with Instant Star Maker Group. So we will have plenty of stuff for you this summer. But Mark is here right now, so get ready, take those notes. Siobhan, take those notes. Siobhan, not to tell her business too much, but Siobhan was on the dean's list at her school, so I think she probably will have the best notes, Mark.
Awesome! Congratulations.
She was, she's quite the smart person. So we're gonna go over the basics again. Instant Star Maker Group. Invite your friends, tweet it, Facebook it. Let's see you going. Let's see you growing your own group just by doing this. All right, Mark, give us the basics of Twitter so that we're all starting on the same level. This is not to talk to you like you don't know anything, but we all got to start at one level, so he's giving us the level to start at.
Yeah, we're gonna start you with the language. Now, if you're viewing this on the screen right now, you'll see at the bottom of the screen you have what's called a lower third. And in the lower third, you have that little @ like you might see in an email address, and then my name, Mark Mikelat. That right there is called a Twitter handle. And it's analogous to your Twitter address. If you guys are already on Twitter, right, you're familiar with it, but if you're kind of figuring out Twitter, that's your Twitter address, your Twitter handle. Now, it needs to be strategic. Okay, so in my case, my name, because I'm public facing and it's part of my brand. I do a lot of public speaking. I'm in the public eye, so when something is branded under Mark Mikelat, it works. Okay, so that's your Twitter handle right there. Now, it needs to be strategic. So if you come up with Jennifer123, okay, that doesn't work. Okay, so maybe it's your name, maybe it's your product name, maybe it's the company name, something like that. Okay, so now I encourage you, if you're ever in a one to X situation, one to many situation, I encourage you to always share your Twitter handle, because it's like this right here, right? I'm speaking to you, but there's more of you than me. So I can tap into the one-to-many communications methodology of Twitter to communicate with you. And you see this hello with celebrities on TV all the time, right? On newscasts and CNN, ESPN, what have you. It's the same strategy. So, but make it identifiable, make it specific to you, Mark Mikelat. Now, also, Dr. Wright was talking about the hashtag. That's the number sign, Twitter Rockstar M, right? Now, what a hashtag is, first of all, is it starts with that number sign, and it's a way to get buzz or tap into a trend. This is actually being recorded in May of 2014, and sadly, one of the most popular Twitter trends is a hashtag called Bring Our Girls Back. In Nigeria, sadly, gosh, I think it was maybe even 300 girls, it's just horrific, were kidnapped by a terrorist group. And the world is communicating via Twitter with this hashtag, Bring Our Girls Back, to just voice their outcry all across the world. And what really brought it to bear in the United States is the First Lady, Michelle Obama, actually had a picture taken with that hashtag, and she posted it on her Twitter feed. And it works for Twitter and Instagram as well. So some people are like, what's the hashtag all about? That's what it is. Now, people ask me about the rules. Well, what are the rules for hashtags? You guys, you can make it up, right? If you can make 123ZQF like popular and somehow associate it with your business to help you market yourself, go for it. You can create a trend if enough people jump on it. Like, oh, I don't know, like Twitter Rockstar M, right? So you want it to be like somewhat associated with your product and what you're trying to put out there. Now, when you're on Twitter, you need to think of it like this. It is a conversation in a hallway. It is very quick. You're going to be there on Thursday? Yeah, I'll see you at 7 o'clock. Okay. That could be a very in-depth conversation on Twitter. It's usually not like that. And you have a physical limitation of 140 characters. That's it. That's basically a long sentence. And holy cow, you think that's short? The analytics say that you should have messages between 80 and 100 characters. So really short, quick sentences. Now, if that means that you need to put out information that's very concise and very specific on Twitter, that's the media. Now, if you ever need to convey something that's a little more complex, here's what you do. You have a message and then a link. Now, that link can go to a blog, it can go to a website, it can go to a video. So, hey, to learn more about how to be a Twitter rock star, watch this video. Okay, so now I put the sentence in there, a relatively straightforward and concise, direct message. But if somebody clicks on the video, they know now it's not just one sentence, right? They're going to watch, they're investing time and energy for the video. So this is the idea of conversion, because we're talking about marketing here. I don't want you to do anything in your marketing whimsically. You will always be strategic. What do you want to have happen? And that's what you need to put out in your Twitter messages. What do you want to have happen? Do you want people to call you? Do you want people to register? Do you want people to download? What do you want to have happen? Now, to really be effective in really good Twitter marketing, you need to think like a rock star. Remember, a rock star gets on stage. Now, they want you to buy t-shirts or buy their new album or whatever, right? But they market without marketing. And you need to do that on Twitter and on all your social media, actually. Here's what you do: 80/20. 80% of the time you are engaging. 80% of the time it is 100% about your audience. You are entertaining. You are enthusiastic. You are inspirational. You are spiritual. You are funny. You are pragmatic. You are whatever. 20% of the time you can market. 20% of the time you can pitch. See how, and you're watching the example right here in front of you. I am providing you value, 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 right? It's all about you, practical information about you. That's rock starness. Okay, that's how you need to do your Twitter. Now, depending on how often you want to be on Twitter, you can do it like 3, 5, 10 times a day if you want. You're going to see me a little more often. Okay, but I always try to hold to that 80/20 rule. So if you see me on Twitter 10 times in a specific day, I might be promoting two things. Okay, so inspirational quotes, funny anecdotes, stuff like that, and then maybe a more straightforward, I'm encouraging you to subscribe or download or something like that. So that's how you put it out there. Now, what information do you put on Twitter? Anything. Now, when I say anything, remember, rock star, you need to think like a rock star. Anything that your audience thinks is valuable. It is not about you. It is always, always about the fans. So whatever they think is important, whatever is intriguing to them, that you put out there. Now, some people automatically think, oh, discounts, deals. No, remember what I said before? Because it's like when I went to the U2 concert, I sat in the 28th row. Man, I overpaid for those tickets. Oh my gosh, were those tickets expensive? But I didn't care because I'm a fan of U2 and I am there for the experience. Now, you know you are providing a rockstar experience when you get feedback. Here's the feedback. Here's what you want to have happen. You want to have lots of retweets. Okay? Now when you tweet a message, that's the message and the verb. You tweet a tweet. Now when you get retweets, that's someone resending your message. It's a de facto referral. It's a de facto endorsement. Think of it like reply all on email. Okay, but it's a little bit different because on Twitter, people have gone out of their way to say that they want that message. So if I send a message about Dr. Wright and then she retweets that message, it goes to Dr. Wright's fans, then it goes to Dr. Wright's fans again in that retweet. So if you're not getting a lot of retweets or you're not getting a lot of shares, comments, saves, you know what? You're not putting rockstar messages out there. People are not interested in what you have to say. Now, Dr. Wright has, oh my gosh, I think she said 50,000 fans. When we started this discussion, I think she had 20,000 a couple of years ago or so. I have, I think, a little bit shy of 12,000. Now, you can go all the way back, and here's the key. I started on Twitter 2 years ago. 12,000 organic followers, fans in 2 years. I say organic because there are some people out there where you can buy Twitter followers, but that's just silly, right? You can't buy fans, you earn fans. When people like what you have to say, then they will follow you. Now, what this means is that I've been sharing good information and I'm putting it out there, and lots of people are sharing it, lots of people are favoriting it, lots of people are making comments. So that's analogous to applause at your concert. If you are a rock star and you are on stage and you are singing your heart out and you are getting no applause, you're doing something wrong. So if you are on Twitter and you hear crickets, your market is telling you something with the loudest voice that it can possibly put out there. That what you are sharing is not valuable. You are not providing a rock star experience. Now, the followers, the fans, all the time people say, Mark, how do I get people to follow me? Yeah, I mean, I want lots of friends. I want lots of followers. You know what? Go back to when you were 5 years old. You remember when you asked your mom, Mom, how do you get friends? Right? Well, the answer is you're a friend first. You need to put it out there first. The rock star attitude needs to come first. The fans follow you, right? The fans don't come first. If you're thinking you need fans first, then you don't understand how rock starness works. Okay? How does a rock star become a rock star? Well, they go to sing at the coffee shop, and there's like one person. And then the next week, there's two people. And then those two people tell two friends, and then there's six people, right? And then a month later, those six people are 20 people. And then they go to the local bar and say, hey, I'm singing for 20 people at the coffee shop. Can I sing at your bar? Yeah, okay. So then they're singing at the bar and the coffee shop. Now there's 50 fans. Now those people tell other people, right? And if you trace back, every rock star started this way. So if you are going to say, oh, Mark, I only have 6 followers. Yeah, because you haven't been around long enough. But you know what? Start sharing some awesome information. And those 6 people are going to bring more people. And then they're going to bring more people. And then they're going to bring more people. Hello, 12,000 fans. That's how rock stars get fans. And that is infinitely valuable to you because you know who's bringing the fans to you? Your fans. People who know and love you are bringing other people. They are recommending people to follow you. That's exactly what you want. That's word of mouth marketing. And word of mouth marketing is the most valuable marketing you can put out there. Because, and you know this from your life, right? If you need a plumber, you go online and analyze plumbing statistics. You don't do that. You ask your friend, right? You phone your friend and say, hey, Mike, do you have a good plumber? Well, now phone your friend exists in a slightly different format. Now it's a tweet. Okay? So now imagine like this. Imagine if Mike contacts me on Twitter. Mark, do you have a good plumber? Yeah, Mike, call this guy. And you know what? Now I just give that plumber an endorsement in front of thousands, tens of thousands of people. Now, what happens is that when you put the handle out there, that becomes a live link to your Twitter profile. Your Twitter profile are the words underneath on your Twitter default page. That describes who you are. Now you have a limited amount of space. So you need to be very strategic about the information you share. Here's how it works. If I don't know who you are, if you are Mary, and I see Mary is following my Twitter feed, Mary has a retweet. So I click on Mary's profile pic. It goes to Mary, and it says Mary is new to Twitter. What do I do with that? That's zero. That's nothing, right? Rock stars don't publish a CD without a nice album cover. Even now, in the form of digital music, you still see the album covers on your iPod. You still see it on your stereo. You still see it on Pandora, wherever. So you need to be visually appealing. So if you are a parenting expert, you need to say parenting expert. Now, if you love your kids, that's great. It's phenomenal that you love your kids, but you know what you need to say? Remember, Twitter is very specific, very concise, and very direct. I am a parenting expert. Because you only have my attention for a few seconds. So you need to grab it and you need to keep it. That's Rockstar. Now, also with your profile, you have the opportunity to have a profile pic, a profile picture. Now, I encourage you to do it as a profile picture. A headshot. And I encourage you to get a professional headshot done. Now, I know you can do a quality picture with your iPhone or what have you, but you guys, this is part of your branding, and this is how tens of thousands of people will potentially know who you are visually. So isn't it worth the, I don't know, 100, 200 bucks to go to a professional and get a really good headshot done? And whatever that headshot looks like, make it consistent across all of your social media. And remember that I don't know who you are. So I see this headshot and I see your profile, that's it. And you may be the most phenomenal person on the world, but you know what? I get 10 seconds to understand your life. So you need to look at this profile and you really need to be unbiased and say, okay, if I did not know who I was and I look at this profile, am I impressed? Do I understand my business? Do I connect with this profile? Now, you could also, I suggest the profile picture, you as a person, because I want people to connect with you as a person. Now, if you don't want to do that or it doesn't work for your business, you could use a logo. But if you use a logo, use it strategically. The overwhelming majority of the people are going to pull up it on a smartphone, on a digital device. Your profile picture is going to be the size of a thumb. That's it. So if you try to add a lot of fine detail in that picture, it's simply not going to work. Okay, the backdrops behind me are big, right? There's a reason that my name in the backdrop behind me is not 6-point font, because I want you to be able to read it. But even if it's a large font, I'm going to see it on my phone. It's the size of a dime. Okay? So, if I have 10 people following me, I've got 10 people, and I've just got a couple seconds to figure out, you are competing with those other people. You may be an awesome person, but you know what? I'm going to click on this logo that I understand, or I'm going to click on this profile picture that I can tell it's a person. And when you have the picture, I encourage you to do this. I encourage you to look them straight in the eye. The most important thing about your profile picture is the eye contact, because rock stars create emotional contacts. They build relationships with their fans. You need to build a relationship with your Twitter fans, and eye contact is a way you can do it. Now, also, not only with eye contact, but you need to pay attention to them. Rock stars on Twitter answer their fan mail. Your fan mail are the comments and stuff that you get, the shares, the retweets, the comments, the questions. That's analogous to people leaving you a voicemail. If you're truly a business person, you know the power of a personal connection. So you have to answer this. Now, what that means, that's up to you. Now, as you get bigger and bigger, right, maybe, oh gosh, do I need to say hello to everybody who follows me? Do I need to answer every single thing? Well, so you need to pick and choose. Now, it doesn't need to be overwhelming, nor should it be. There are a whole bunch of tools out there that can help you. Let me give you 2 tools. Let me give you 3 tools right now. Remember, it's going to come at you fast and furious, right? So one tool is nutshellmail.com. Nutshellmail.com. You can sign up for this and have all the tweets come to your email box. If you don't want to check your Twitter, even if, holy cow, looking at it on your phone is not convenient enough for you, you can have the messages actually come to you. Now, there's also Hootsuite. Hoot like owl, Hoot, and suite like hotel room, hootsuite.com. That is a scheduling tool. You could schedule tweets well in advance, and also summarize the feeds that are coming to and filter them to be more successful. Also, there is Market Me Suite. Market Me Suite is similar to Hootsuite with more robust functionality. You could actually do localization on Market Me Suite, which means that you can figure out, if you have a business that's geographically specific, who in your Twitter feed is geographically close to who you are. So here's the key, folks. Always think about your fans. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to jump on the Instant Star Maker and see, Dr. Wright, how are we doing? Do we have any questions so far?
Yeah, yeah, we're doing great. We actually have a couple of questions.
Okay.
So let me say Carolina is with us. She's Carolina with a K, and she says, speaking of pictures, what is Mark and Letitia's take on the new page design, and what is the recommendation to use for the bigger cover image?
Yeah, good question. and this is a really good point. That what happened is that Twitter has changed their background. Now, don't be too overwhelmed with this because as soon as I explain something about social media, it changes. Okay, I mean, hello, that's welcome to the world. Now, an aesthetically pleasing background. I actually, if you actually look at my feed right now, and we just actually noticed this, I think just yesterday, that there is a mistake because when some people view it on certain devices, part of the font from the profile will be over a white picture. You do not have the opportunity to change the color of the font. So in this case, the white font is on a white background, so people actually cannot read it. So on a laptop, it's fine. On a tablet, it's fine, but on certain mobile devices, it's obscured. So there's an example. You just need to test it a little bit. So find a background that you like, and you might want to emulate it. And for a graphic artist, this is relatively quick and easy work.
So probably what we should do is take a minute, go on Twitter and look at our own profile and see how it looks.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, you always need to do that in any type of social media. Like always check to make sure you're having the visual presence that you're trying to convey. Absolutely. That's what rock stars do. Rock stars test everything.
Okay, very good. And with with all of that, what have you seen that you kind of like or thought was clever? Just to just give people ideas. I mean, we're all copying something to a certain effect. You don't have to copy it word for word, but just give some examples and ideas.
Well, here's the thing that think of Twitter as a lead generation tool. It is a filter to bring people to the front door of your store. Whatever that metaphor is for you, your store could be your blog, your store could be your website, your store could be your physical store. So whatever you want to do to push people there. Okay. So for example, someone might say maybe they have a blog post, and it might be 7 secrets to Twitter marketing. Okay, so you just have that title on Twitter. So someone needs to click on that link to go to a blog. Now the blog provides very good information, and you know what you do at the end of that blog post? I don't know, you sell a Twitter kit or something like that, right? You're bringing people in, and then you're providing them more value in the blog and then even more value with a product. So whatever that looks like in your business model, I encourage you to do that. Use Twitter like a lead generation tool because that's what it is.
Very good. Carolina, let us know if that answered your question or if you have some more questions. Everybody, the hashtag tonight for the free 50 tips on networking book from Mark is pound Twitter Rockstar M. Pound Twitter Rockstar M. You can post that inside, outside the group so that we know you're talking about Mark and not some random Twitter rockstar.
Exactly. Yeah.
And definitely click the Facebook button, let people know that you're here, because I find if you work on your social media with an accountability partner or a team member, you get it done faster. I mean, you keep telling yourself you're going to do what it has to do. But if I have somebody who's, hey, I haven't seen you tweet, I haven't seen you do this, I haven't seen you do that, he said change your picture, you haven't done it, it's really, really cool to have people who are helping you get better at doing that. So
I love it.
Go ahead and keep on posting. And again, I'm going to refresh this really quick, Mark, just to see.
Okay. Yeah, let's make sure we get any questions. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a delay, and just make sure, Siobhan, if you have any questions, who else is in here? Gina just got in. She's kind of new to the group, but if you have any questions, please go ahead and put them up there. Cece's here, Terry Campbell's here, and Dr. Sunday is here. I really appreciate you being here. I know within our tribe there's a lot of conflicts because everybody in our tribe does webinars. So the fact that you're here is really, really a big, big deal. So, okay, Mark, let's get on. We even have someone who's on with her mobile phone, which is something new.
Oh, yeah.
With Google Hangouts now. Yeah, now with Google Hangouts, you can get on in your mobile phone. So, Tashia, I see you online. I really appreciate you being here. I did go ahead and give you a mute so we wouldn't have too much noise. but she's here and she's listening. She might be driving or commuting, so she's
Well,
listening.
yeah, we want everybody to be safe, absolutely. So let me share an example. This happened to me. I think we're recording this on a Monday. I think this happened to me last Thursday. Now, normally in my Twitter feed, now in your Twitter feed, that okay, you have to monitor it. Remember, it's like your voicemail, right? Who is communicating with you and who's saying what, and and you need to communicate back a little bit. And all of a sudden, I'm getting all these comments, and they're coming in and they're coming in and they're coming in. It's just like, holy cow. And I just know from experience, like, what's reasonable and what's like, oh my gosh, something blew up. Now, this is a good blew up, right? Something like went mini viral, right? And here's what happened. A point of influence, an area manager for the company called Constant Contact, was talking about me at a social media conference in Phoenix. Kelly Flint was actually talking about me from the main stage, and she showed some slides about my Twitter methodology, and she promoted my handle at Mark Mikelat. So what happened is that all day from this conference in Phoenix, I wasn't at the conference. People started tweeting me and making comments and following me. By the end of the day, I had 49 additional people following me. And what happened is that my social media clout, it's a measure of your influence on social media, actually increased 1 percentage point on that day. That's exposure to one conference. See, that's the power of this stuff. It works like invisibly. You don't even know what's happening. See, but that's what happens when you put rock starness out there, because one person shares it to somebody else, and then they share it with somebody else, and then they share it with somebody else, and then it just grows organically. And you know what? Just let it grow. But you know what? It grows because I acknowledge these people. I show just a little bit of love and support back. I share high value information back. I give high quality information back. I am providing a rock star experience to these people. And sometimes it's really simple. A friend of mine is an editor, Leah, is an editor for a magazine in Greater Los Angeles. And she asked me, Mark, how do I get more Twitter followers? Well, every time you publish an article, just announce that you published the article. Okay. And you know what? Every time she does this, she gets 25 new followers. They like the magazine. They like what she has to say. They're just following her. And she was amazed, right? But that's how people are. Just allow them the opportunity to connect with you, and they want to connect with you. They want to have that experience with you, but you need to provide them that experience. Now, a way you can also like bump up this emotional experience for them is follow the trends. If you are on Twitter and in the bottom left there are trends, you will see what is most popular. And sometimes if there's something in the news that is very, very popular and it's congruent with your business, holy cow, there's a huge opportunity for you, okay? Maybe school safety is a really popular item. Maybe like they're talking about it in Congress or something, and you are involved you're a school safety officer, or you have some security products for schools or something. Holy cow, here's your opportunity to really get out there, because the world is buzzing about your topic a little bit, right? It's like, your album is dropping, right? So see this as an opportunity to connect with your fans. Now, I'm doing what I can here to answer your questions. I'm doing what I can to help you tap into the whole idea of being a rock star. I want you to get out there, and I want you to put this into play. And I know you can't get everything. Like I set the expectation in the beginning. You can't get everything just in 45 minutes. Oh my gosh, But like, okay, I used to work with some clients, and I would go to their office and I'd sit with them, and I'd sit with their office manager, and I'd teach them how to do this stuff. Now, you guys are plugged in remotely, right? So it's like I thought, like, okay, how can I help all of the listeners out there? How can I help all the fans of Dr. Wright do this better? So what I did was I created what's called the Twitter Do-It-Yourself Success Kit. There are 20 instructional videos on how to do Twitter, how to make money on Twitter, 7 ways to get more people, content ideas, optimization ideas, how to improve your social media clout, how to tap into trending. Like, oh my God, you know. And what I did is I created a super duper awesome deal for the fans out there. And I am going to post this right now into the Instant Star Maker group. And it is posted right there. It is called the Twitter Do-It-Yourself Success Kit, and there's a promotion code TWIT $20. If you go to my webpage, if you go to buildingaspirations.com, offers Twitter Do-It-Yourself Success Kit, you'll see it's available for $47. But you know, rock stars sometimes add extra value to their fans. You know, I try to discourage you from putting stuff on sale. You know, but if you put stuff on sale, sometimes it's okay, right? You can't do it as a habit because rock stars don't do that. But you know what? For Dr. Wright and her fans, you know, we'll make it available for $20. So just follow that link. It's at bit.ly.
So you're saying we can get for $20 we can get the whole set. We get all of the
the whole thing, the whole shebang. Yeah.
Tell me again what's in all of that.
It's 20 videos on how to do everything on YouTube. Let me tell you exactly what you get.
And post the link into the Instant Star Maker group so that people can click on that too, Mark.
Yeah, I think, did you see it out there? I think I put it out there.
Okay, let me refresh the page. If you're watching, Mark is going to give you the Dr. Wright fan code. Oh, there it is.
That's right.
TWIT $20 is your promo code. I love that.
So here, let me explain all the goodies. Okay, so first of all, there are 20 videos, and you know, when I say videos, it's like, you know, I mean, you see how I communicate. This is me right here. I'm shooting you right between the eyes, real deal, real information, right? These videos are like 5-6 minutes. I'm telling you exactly what to do, where to click. You know, let me talk for 5 hours. No. Click here, do it this way, don't do it that way. That's what these videos are, because your life is way overwhelmed. I know, my life is overwhelmed too, right? But so I'm giving you 20 really straightforward videos. I'm telling you Twitter 101. I'm telling you how to customize your background, tips for the profile pic, how to pick a good handle. Some of you don't do that. How to optimize your profile. Direct messages. We didn't even talk about direct messages. What are direct messages? Are they even good for anything? I talk about direct messages. How to share videos. It's just like, okay, well, sharing a video is great if you know how to do it. I show you how to do it. And you know, I show you how to do it. There's a video and you follow a yellow circle on the screen. I'm showing you exactly where to click in the software. All about retweets. Oh, you know what? I tell you how to schedule tweets. You guys, if I drop dead right now, you will see me on social media for the next 6 months. Some of this stuff is scheduled. You know what? You don't need to be at your computer. You know, your assistant can schedule a little bit for you. I give you 7 content ideas. I give you 7 tips to get more Twitter followers. I tell you how to find the experts in your industry, how to convert the followers, lists, how to get on expert lists. What are expert lists? I tell you about brand management and branding. I tell you how to put out marketing messages. I tell you how to track your influence and tap into trends. That's what you get. 20 videos, all that stuff, $20, $1 a video. I can't do
$1 a video to just incrementally move yourself forward to thousands and thousands of new followers.
Exactly. And we just posted it in the Facebook group, and if you're following my feed on Twitter, you know what? I'll post it immediately after this webinar. You know what? I like what Dr. Wright is doing. I mean, you know, if you're not familiar with her crowdfunding, I mean, she'll show you how to get the money, you know, and I mean, holy cow, can you find a better person, a better connection? So I want to provide as much value as I can. So let's just double check with Dr. Wright right now just to make sure that we covered all of the questions. Any more questions out there, Dr. Wright?
Okay, let me just do last call for questions. We just have 5 more minutes left. The offer is there. We're going to give away the book, And I want Toy Parker got on. She got home. She says she loves the accountability idea, and she rushed in the house and she got on. Toy, you can get the whole package for $20. And if you have any questions, go ahead and post them. I'm just going to chat for just a few more minutes, and then we're going to let Mark go. And many of you are planning to move on to another webinar tonight because you guys are rock stars like that, so I don't want to keep you too long. You know that we do an hour. I keep you only to an hour. And I want to say that I really appreciate you guys coming along. Put pound Twitter Rockstar M for Mark Mikelat, and we will. Takesha, she says she doesn't see the link anymore. Go into the Facebook group. It's a pinned post, Instant Star Maker group on Facebook. It's a pinned post, and the whole link is there. So a pinned post means that when you come into the group, it is the first thing that you're going to see at the top. So Takesha, go ahead and just come into, if you're not already a member of our Instant Star Maker Facebook group, come into the group, become a member so you can get that link. We are accepting all members right now. All you have to do is come in. And then we're going to give away, she says, got it, thanks. We're also going to give away his book, 50 Ways to Effectively Network, which many of you need. Networking has changed. If you're still going to these events and passing out your cards like you're dealing blackjack, you are missing.
Dealing blackjack, yeah. You know, and while Dr. Wright was just checking for the last minute questions right there, I just checked my Twitter feed real quick, and you know what happened? 9 people started following me. There you go. And there's 9 people that respect my information enough to invest in following me. And I don't take that lightly, right? I know you have choices in your life, and you're overwhelmed with choices just like I am, right? So you'll see I constantly and consistently add value. Now, in the last few minutes here, unless there are any last minute questions, let me give you a super duper, let me leave with a rock star tip. Here's what you need to do. Find what are called the points of influence in your industry. What is a point of influence? Well, that's another rock star. Okay, whatever that is in your industry. Okay, and a rock star, remember, it's a metaphor. So it could be a dean. It could be the mayor. It could be the director of an association. It could be the president of the Chamber of Commerce. It could be, oh, I don't know, someone who hosts a local business entrepreneurial talk show for 18 years, you know, Right Place TV, maybe somebody like that. I don't know, right? You connect with these points of influence on Twitter. And be authentic, be real. And this is networking. Be authentic and be real. Be you. You are the most extraordinary you that there is on the planet. You are 100% unique. There is nobody else you in the world. You are the only one there is. Share your unique you on Twitter and share it with points of influence. People who are important in your industry, people who are important for your vertical, people who are important for your geography. This is analogous to a rock star walking on stage and being introduced by another rock star. It's like being the opening act for U2 because U2 is endorsing you. So if you can create a public Twitter friendship with people, you will just get some of their celebrity rubbed off on you, and you will grow your fan base on Twitter.
Very good. All right. Thank you, everybody. Let me just tell you the comments that we're getting, Mark, before you go. Toy Parker says, thanks for all you do, Mark Mikelat. Taisha Creighton says, thank you for all this information. CC says, thanks, Mark, for the awesome information. And Gina Williams Moyer was so excited. She wrote, thanks, Mark, twice.
Okay.
So thank you guys for being online and listening. The replay will be up until Wednesday. We don't have anything going on next Monday because next Monday is a holiday, but I've got some great things that will be going on inside the group. I've got some new sponsorships and some new people that want to share some goodies with you, and so we're going to make that happen. And how about we do this? I mean, it was a short night. We have about 9 people on. Why don't we give them all your book? Would that be okay, Mark?
Okay, sure.
Okay, good. All righty, let me turn on a little light here. It's getting dark. It's getting late. Thank you so much, Mark, for giving away that book and sharing with us how to be a Twitter rock star. You rock as always.
Woo! Thanks, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.